Hello and welcome to the eLearning Author Limited YouTube channel. In this series of videos, I'm sharing a behind-the-scenes walkthrough of a recent project I created in Adobe Captivate. In the first video, I introduced the project and explained how it worked. If you haven't already watched this, there's a link in the top right corner to take you there. In this and subsequent videos, which will be posted weekly, I'll walk through various elements in the project in Adobe Captivate. Just to be clear, this isn't a traditional tutorial showing a step-by-step process, although there will be elements of that. It's more an insight into how I approached my project. Hopefully some of the ideas covered here will spark some aha moments for you, or perhaps provide some inspiration as to what you can achieve in Captivate. My intention here is to show how I approached my project. There are inevitably multiple ways to achieve every outcome, and different people will prefer different approaches. Please feel free to share any constructive thoughts relating to creating or designing projects in Adobe Captivate in the comments below. You can run the project yourself if you wish from my website www.elearningauthor.co.uk. Just click Sample Modules in the top right corner, then click the Photography Skills sample. Or you can click the link in the comments below. This week I wanted to cover customizing your workspace, as I like to change the default workspace Adobe provide to make it easier for me to work. So first I'll switch to viewing this project in Captivate. Everyone will have their own preferences as to layout, and there is no right or wrong way to set it up, just the way that works best for you. Here I'll explain how to change the layout and how to save your own custom workspace. Let's start by switching back to the classic layout that Captivate ships with. From the window menu, I'll select Workspace and Classic. The next thing to point out is that you need to make sure you have custom workspaces enabled. To do that, I'll click Edit, then Preferences, and in General Settings, we have the option to enable custom workspaces. Returning to the project, I'm going to work clockwise around the screen, starting on the right. I like to have my library visible when I'm developing, so I'll click the Window menu and choose Library. I'll do the same for the Properties tab, and also the Project Info tab. I also like to have the timeline displayed, so I'll click on the Timeline tab at the bottom. Obviously it depends on your screen size as to how much it makes sense to have displayed. But as long as I'm on a large screen, I do like to be able to see as many of the tools I regularly use as possible. You can close the timeline if you want by double-clicking the tab header. Lastly, for some projects, I also like to have the Master Slides tab showing. I'll click the Window menu and choose Master Slides. By default, it appears next to the film strip on the left, but I like to move it down to be next to the timeline, so I'll drag and drop it into place. Now I've made all the changes I want, I can save the workspace. To do that, I'll click Window, then Workspace, and New Workspace. Now I'll give the workspace a name, and click OK. If I now go back to the Window menu, within the Workspace option, I can see my new workspace and can switch between the different workspaces. So, if you haven't already, I challenge you to have a go at customizing your workspace in Adobe Captivate, and then save your custom workspace. If you don't already have access to Adobe Captivate, you can download a trial version from the Adobe website. That's it for this video. Next week I'll be talking about grouping items on the timeline, as I find this an invaluable tool for organising and managing all the items on a slide. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to run the project yourself, you can do so from my website. There's a link in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Videos are posted weekly on Mondays. Please do subscribe to make sure you don't miss them.